All right, moving on to one last kind of recipe for you. Actually, it's Gravy 101. I think a lot of people struggle with the gravy, and it is hard. So here are my secrets. We're headed back to my house, and I'm going to show you how I make my gravy on Thanksgiving. All right, when it comes to making lump-free gravy, a couple of tips. I love this extra smooth, quick mixing flour. Wondra. It comes in the blue container, but if you don't have that on hand, regular flour will do. But this is guaranteed no lumps. This actually just happens to be regular flour, which is what most people will be using today. And I've got ice cold water, and I'm going to mix the two together, the water and the flour, and I'm going to whisk that right there. Cold water. We're making what they call, the chefs call, a slurry. Now at this point, I can go ahead and heat up the drippings from my gravy. From my turkey, I should say. If you notice you don't have a lot of drippings, or you've got a whole bunch of people coming over and you're thinking, ooh, I'm going to need a lot more gravy than that, one thing I usually do is I open a can or a box of chicken broth, and I'll just add that to the pan drippings. Great way to stretch that gravy. A couple of cans, and you'll get a lot more gravy, and it tastes really delicious. So at this point, I'm going to add my flour and my water mixture right to the pan drippings. And I want to let that come to a boil, but I don't want to walk away from it. I've got my whisk handy, and so I need to be whisking it consistently, just to make sure, one, that it doesn't boil over, and two, that there are no lumps. A lot of people are trying to get a little extra flavor in their gravy, and I'm with you. Sometimes you taste the gravy and it's just needs something. So if your gravy is just needing a little boost of flavor, a couple of ideas that you can add at the last minute, things you probably already have in your house. First of all, make sure and season with a little salt and pepper. Don't forget that step. The other thing, a little bit of white wine is a great way to just kind of bring a little bit of flavor to the gravy. If your gravy is a little bit boring, just a little dab will do you. If you like a little bit of a sweeter gravy, I always think a little bit of apple juice or apple cider. You may be sitting by the fire today drinking a mug of apple cider, so maybe you have some of this in the fridge already. Just again, another way to add a little bit of flavor, make your gravy a little something, a little bit different. Might want to try that if you like something sweeter. And another thing I always have on hand when I'm making any kind of gravy is sometimes you're not getting that color that you want. It's, you have a lighter colored gravy and it looks more like a chicken gravy, and you want a little deeper, darker, richer color. I add a little bit of browning sauce to my gravy, and a little dab will do you. A little of this stuff goes a long way, so start with a little. You can always add more. And this is a great way to see right away you're getting that wonderful turkey gravy color, and it also adds a lot of flavor. So I'm just going to let that come to a boil, continue to whisk, and just in minutes it'll get nice and thick and perfect. Uh-oh, gravy's ready, and Levi can smell it. Check out my gravy, you guys. No lumps, and then look at that color. Perfect gravy every time if you follow those couple of great tips.